All right, we're going to get into some health topics now. And so the formation of healthy habits in childhood contributes to the delay or prevention of premature disability or mortality in adulthood. Adolescence is considered a critical juncture in the adoption of both health-enhancing behaviors like exercise and health-compromising behaviors like smoking. I think I talked a little bit about this earlier, the idea that if you start to build that neural pathway in early childhood, late childhood, and adolescence of health-promoting behaviors like exercise, that's a habit that could stick with you for the rest of your life. But if you start bad habits like smoking in adolescence, that could be something that sticks with you for the rest of your life. On illness and injuries among children in the U.S., unintentional injuries are the leading cause of death in young children. That's pretty sad. In addition to motor vehicular accidents, which is one of the reasons, accidental deaths may involve drowning, falls, burns, and poisoning. Children are at risk for health problems when they live in homes where the parent smokes. That's obvious nowadays to most people. An estimated 4 million U.S. households include children who are exposed to high levels of lead also. And this is a problem because high levels of lead in the blood are associated with numerous health issues like lower intelligence, lower achievement, ADHD, blood pressure issues for kids. So if you have lead in your house, you're handicapping your kids right off the bat. On the main causes of death, there's figure 17 if you'd like to look at that. But yes, unintentional injury is the highest one. And so yes, this is the top 10 leading causes of death. Abnormalities that we talked a little bit about before. Homicide, that's terrible. Heart disease, pneumonia, cardiovascular. So yes, if you'd like to look through that, feel free. In middle and late adulthood, death is less prevalent compared to early childhood. So basically what they're saying there is that you're more likely, if you have a kid, it's more likely to die in early childhood compared to middle or late. Less of them are dying in middle and late childhood. The most common cause of severe injury and death in this period is motor vehicular accidents. And most of these accidents will happen near the child's home or school. Some effective strategies to try to prevent that is education about the hazards of risk-taking and the improper use of equipment like seatbelts to make sure that they're all buckled in. Cancer is a leading cause of disease-related death in childhood, and the cancers they get, usually they attack the white blood cells. So things like leukemia, you may have known a child that's had leukemia, so that messes up the brain, the blood, lymphatic system, muscles, kidneys, and nervous systems. And then yes, environmental experiences and behaviors in childhood can sow the seeds for cardiovascular disease in adulthood. Actually, many elementary school aged children already possess one or more risk factors, such as hypertension and obesity. So right here, cardiovascular disease. Again, this is handicapping a kid right off the bat. If you are overweight as a child, there's a really high probability that you'll be overweight as an adult. And for a lot of periods of the day, you, the parent, or your school, your daycare, are going to be in control of what your child eats and how much they eat. So on the health, illness, and poverty with the world's children in the U.S., an estimated 7% of U.S. children receive no health care, and the majority of these children live in poverty. So that's terrible. It's even worse, though, in other countries. There are devastating effects on young children that occur in countries where poverty rates are very high. Worldwide, HIV Aids, it's a serious problem faced by millions of children. There's almost 2.3 million that are living with HIV. Many of the deaths of young children can be prevented by the reduction of poverty and improvements in nutrition, sanitation, education, and health services. All right, on the next slides, we'll get into nutrition and eating behavior in infancy.